Hi. Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you here. I think that I don't need the microphone. You can hear me very well. I don't know for the people online. Anyway, so I'm not going to sing, but I'm leaving it. So I'm introducing again myself. I am Maria Perifanou. And as I told you, I'm working and I'm collaborating with 4 universities in Greece. But as you see here, I have put only one because this is in the context of a project that we have worked together with a group of the University of Macedonia in Greece. And it is the telepresent robot in education. This is the project that had a duration of 3 years. And we worked a lot with people in University of Akureyri in Iceland. And we have seen how they use telepresence robot in university, but also at school. And one of the main, let's say, outcomes of the project that we did was to explore and see how we could possibly support teachers to integrate telepresence robot in education, because until that moment that we started the project, they never thought about any pedagogical, let's say, implications or descriptions or analysis of what they do. They just said, okay, it's a telepresence robot. Okay, so what? We are just using it for our lessons. But the question is, what do we do when we have such, let's say, a device? So for those who don't know about what it is a telepresence robot, okay, I will show you, I'm going to pass it here. This is a telepresence robot. It's the design now. Then you can see something on live. So a telepresence robot, as you see, is a system with mobility and video conferencing capability. You can see there is a camera here. There is a screen. So imagine your tablet. There is a network. It is always connected on Wi-Fi. There is an audio unit here. There is a charging dock. And there is also here another, let's say, camera, so that you can see also where you go. And those wheels can be really different. So depending on where this will go, yes, it can be for interior areas, but also for exterior areas. What we did was we bought, all of us, Omni robots, telepresence robots, and we bought them from USA. Before, and I have to say also this, before pandemic, the cost was around 2,500 euros. After pandemic period, it is double price now. It's like, yes, close to 6,000. Just telling you how things can change. Yes. So what we did, I have also, I don't know if we can have it here, but I can show you in the end also a real practice of that, so you can see how it works. But I can describe, as you see here, this is a teacher who is teaching arts. He is in Stockholm. He is sitting in his desk, as you see here. He can log in as we do via Zoom. Okay. He unparks. It is in the parking. Okay. He unparks the nice telepresence robot, that it is this one. And then he joins this area. We went to this high school. Here he is teaching them. They are in Iceland. He's teaching them how to paint and different, let's say, design practices and he was this styles, design styles and all that. What he did was to go from one to the other and to give feedback. But the point is that he had this possibility of movement in a huge area. And what they said to us was that since in this area of Akureyri, in the northern part of Iceland, it is not so easy to, and it is not an accessible place for all these different, the teachers who teach different subjects. They have many people who are collaborate with the high school who are located in different parts of the world. The English language teacher was in Barcelona, I'm telling you. But the one idea was that there was this problem, as I told you, that it was not accessible. And many times they have also snow, lots of snow, and even people who were supposed to go there and it was easy to go, they couldn't go. So one of the things that we see that with telepresence robot, we can see that people can really be there physically. They have the possibility to move around, and the idea of just connected like a Zoom, it's totally different, especially for subjects like, for example, a subject like chemistry, when you're in a lab and you want to go around. If you're, let's say, a teacher, you want to see how students collaborate with each other. You want to go and to give some feedback. It is not exactly the same. You know, we have these rooms, let's say, on via Zoom, but it's not exactly the same. So as we see here, there is an autonomy. They can move around, they can give feedback and all that. So what we have done is to try to give them some guidance on how they could possibly use a telepresence robot. So we have, based on our action research philosophy, we have designed the telepresence robot for a pedagogical model of 4 steps. Okay, and the idea was to reflect. So I am a language teacher, or I am a physics teacher, or whatever. How can I possibly integrate a telepresence robot? So we had this the 4-step idea of, first, you have your subject. You have to define your lesson subject, topic, learning goals, outcomes, the profile. Who are your students, the number of students, the number of classes that you will have, because you maybe have 2 classes, one remotely and one in Barcelona and one in Iceland. It can happen. Or you have one teacher there and the classroom to the other side, or you have 2 students on telepresence robot, and it can be, we have different settings. I will show you. So you have also to describe the telepresence robot setting, the number of telepresence remote users, the types of telepresence robots, the number of groups and group sizes. In Iceland, in the university, we saw there was another use of telepresence robot. In one case, in the high school and the elementary school, it was mostly the teachers who were using the telepresence robot to be there for their students. But in the university, we saw that there were many, many, many students who were using telepresence robot. They did first a kind of a training, and then during the year, they used telepresence robot in case they were not able to attend the class, but they had to book that because they had so many people who were interested in this, and also many telepresence robots, like over 50. Imagine a place where you go to university and people are just moving around and they say, "Hi, I am Georgia. Nice to meet you." Yeah, okay, thank you. So it was for us a little bit strange, but we saw it happening. And also then after you as a teacher, you have to think the settings. So who are the people who are going to, to collaborate with each other? what will be the number of groups and all that. And then they have to think the teaching method. So what kind of interactivity there will be in this kind of setting? So how many people will be indoors or outdoors? Also, what activities? Some activities will take place outside, fully outside, or in the classroom. So in order to design all these lesson plans, you have to do that. Here we have this nice design so you can understand the different settings that we have found. Like we have a remote class, a telepresence robot, and a local expert. Okay, so a remote class communicates with an expert using a telepresence robot located in the expert's location. So also this happened a lot. So we saw that there were some people, experts in their area, and they could not possibly come, but they wanted to be there. And the other people who were working in different experiments, they were in fact showing them in practice what they have been doing. And the expert was moving from the one group to the other to see what people are doing. And he was giving them nice advice. It is not exactly the same to be able to move around. It's because he could see things that from the Zoom he couldn't. So we can have, for example, also a remote class, as I told you, communicates with a local class using a telepresence robot. So we saw different classes from different parts of the world to do activities together. It was also very nice. They were playing games. So yes, it was nice. So the teacher needs to have in mind before that all these settings in order to design. And this is the phase that we are here in the design phase. And here you have the learning activity. You have to be able to see what will be the subject, what skills do you want your students to enhance, the educational level, the setting and the methodology, and all that together to have them in, to reflect. And then we have a very nice template for the lesson plan that you can download from the website, and then you can use it, and then you can upload it, adding also an open license, so that can be, openly accessible. And we have validated, we have done this in different countries with different numbers, with different educational, let's say, subjects. And for us, it was a wonderful experience. And what we are now, we want to do to take it a little bit further, and we want to have another version and the continuing of this, let's say, project. If you like the idea, you can also contact me to see if you would like to work with telepresence robots. Okay. We would like to see what we could possibly, how we could enhance this type of process using AI tools. I can tell you like that it's for us, I would say that it's a unique opportunity, because imagine all this, what we saw, parameters, setting, numbers, activities, inside, outside, how many? Okay, in order to put this in order and to see, okay, what would be the best idea, the best game, the best activity, in order to make a very nice and motivating lesson plan. With AI now, we have tried it, and we saw, for example, I will tell you an example, that if before we had the opportunity to produce, let's say, 1, 2 things like games, but after a long time of processing, now we don't know how many we have, and the processing to us is to try to make the best use of what AI tools proposes to us. So, for example, I will tell you a game that we played. We had like quizzes on QR codes that we have placed in different parts of the university. So the idea was that we are in a museum of Athens, and we have different areas of the museum. So for each of these areas, we had a specific quiz with an activity that was very well-known questions for us, Greeks. And but we tried to emphasize in language also, in English language. So we had to work with people who were learning the language, the English language. And the idea was to have all these different groups. They had to explore and to answer very fast the specific questions about a specific century, historical century, but in English. So, and to make in a way that a role playing, like I am a guide and I'm giving you a tour or in this, let's say, century, and we have this, let's say, historical, how can I say, findings of this century. And the idea was to be fast and to go from one quiz to the other and to follow the whole, let's say, round of questions. And the best and the most, the faster, let's say, group would be the winner. The idea that we had was in the beginning to create a simple quiz, but AI provided us with a very wonderful pictures. And instead of having only some questions, it could pop up, you know, augmented reality game. And it was different because it's a different thing to have only a question, and it's a different thing to have also the whole thing, to have also images behind the question. And the students were really happy. I mean, they were fully motivated. For us, what we saw is that basically by giving the profile of the students, by giving the needs of the students, so the goals, the profile, who are they, what they should, learn, we had very fast many different proposals, recommendations, and that is what it's for us showed us that we should do something like this. We should integrate AI in the different phases of this process, and this is what we have done here. For example, as you see, we said that we could have personalized learning objectives. We could also see how we could possibly, technically, I'm not a technician, but how we could support such a system. This is what some people from our group can see also from a technical point of view, how this could be integrated in the system. And the methodology that, as I said, it can be recommended by the chatbots, and also the lesson planning that can also be enhanced because we gave a model. We have already a template, but it also gave us many more ideas. So the idea was to have the first step like AI supported learning goal definition. So by giving all the information that we have, we can ask the system to give us more recommendations. Okay. Then as I gave you the idea and I showed to you the different settings, so how this will take place, how they will collaborate with each other. Okay, so also this is something that can be really supported. Then the methodologies, we have collaborative learning, inquiry-based learning, serious games, and we try also to see the different levels of the students. So okay, this can also be supported because we feed by giving all the information and what kind of teaching methodologies and tools we have and we usually do. Okay, And then the idea, even for the final, let's say, design of the lesson plan and the open license is also something that can be really supported because it can be generated automatically. Okay. And this is a very simple flow, like we import the data, the course and student information, then we ask for, depending on the goals, what we could possibly do. We can support the methodology, then we can go and see what data we will get from the whole teaching process. And then we can analyze, we can see what went wrong or well, and then we can also apply and add the open license in order to publish everything online. So the idea is that this could be, we think, more efficient, personalized, and in this way we will have a better and most efficient use of telepresence robot. And this is what we have done. But the idea was that this was, we didn't really do that in the museum, but the idea is to do it and to go to the Thessaloniki Museum and to do something similar from what we have done. And it went very well. And yes, I think that it is something that we need to do. And those are the basic benefits that we see. It's the efficiency, the personalization, the inclusion for all people who are in different parts and they possibly are not able to access a museum, for example, and the scalability. So this could also scale. This is what we saw. And this is an open invitation for people who would like to work. It is something that we are planning to do in 2026 with schools, universities, and to see how we could possibly, evolve it. We will see, but it is nice, and I could speak a lot about it. And I have also video. We can see it in another, when we are going to discuss when we will be in the second part of the work that we do, just to see how it is. In fact, thank you so much for your attention.